What do I think? Back again. Hey guys, Brian Buckosh here, core design engineer with Brunswick Bowling, and I'm here today to talk to you about the newest release in the Brunswick lineup, the Zenith Pearl. Let's take it to the intro. This new Zenith Pearl contains the same Zenith core that was the powerhouse of the original Zenith, which was an absolute hook monster. As a reminder, the core numbers on that ball were total differential of 0.052 and intermediate differential of 0.019, so pretty stout numbers, and it definitely showed with the total hook of the original Zenith. Of course, that core contains some bells and whistles as well, our latest technologies dot and dynamic core. As a quick refresher, dynamic core is the blue stuff that you see when you drill into the outer that helps increase the hitting power by strengthening up the outer core material. And dot, which means the inner core is pinned at the bottom of the ball. A circle engraved dot is at the top where you expect the pin to be. That means you can put any layout on this ball without worrying about drilling through the pin or voiding the warranty. And of course, that helps with cracking. But that's not what's new here. What's new is the new Activator Extreme Hook Pearl cover stock. This, of course, is the pearlized version of the original Activator Extreme Hook that was found on the Zenith, and this is the first time in a long time that Brunswick has actually come out with a true asymmetrical pearl. If you remember, the Prism series has the Prism Hybrid, the Prism Warp, and the Prism Warp Hybrid. So even though a couple of those were polished hybrids, we didn't have a true clean asymmetrical pearl ball. So going all the way back to, I think maybe the Quantum Bias Pearl might be the last time that you saw one of these in the lineup. And that ball was a very different ball though, with a high RG and a lower intermediate differential. So this Zenith core is definitely a lot more motor for this asymmetrical pearl bowling ball. But you can look all that up online. What you're really here for is how they compare to one another in the comparison chart. So let's take it there and show you how they stack up. This chart contains every release in the Brunswick lineup for an entire year. They're sorted by oil volume on the bottom and on the y-axis by motion shape. Pay attention to these motion shape categories because angular back end is in the middle on this chart to most easily bridge the gap between the asymmetrical motions on the top and the symmetrical motions toward the bottom of the chart. Our newest release, Zenith Pearl, is highlighted in yellow. The red, blue, purple Zenith Pearl is built to handle a medium to medium heavy amount of total oil volume and fits squarely in the angular back-end category of ball motion. Compared to the rest of the Brunswick lineup, this is easily the most angular ball in the lineup, and it's quite possibly the most angular back-ending ball that Brunswick's ever had. It's a far cry from the early strong solid that was the original Zenith. That ball dug hard in the mid lane and made an aggressive move from the mid lane to the pins. The Zenith Pearl gets you down the lane quite a bit longer before making a sharp response to friction. But the combination of the new Pearl cover stock with the 500 compound finish actually gives you a little more mid lane security than you would expect out of a strong angular asymmetrical ball. So this ball, even though it's angular, it also has a sense of security that is kind of a perk of having this new cover stock. I could talk for a long time about how the Zenith Pearl complements the current lineup of balls. It's actually a pretty good sized step down from the Zenith to the Zenith Pearl, which is actually kind of beneficial because you could slot something like a Prism Warp or a Prism Warp Hybrid in between the two Zeniths and make a wonderful 1-2-3 asymmetrical lineup. But not only does the Zenith Pearl complement the current asymmetrical lineup, it also does well to complement the Knockout and the Hero Solid. As an example, the Knockout and the Hero Solid do a good job of blending fresh medium and medium heavy wet-dry conditions, which we see a lot of on current house shots. If the Knockout or the Hero get to be too much ball in the mid lane, or are simply too smooth when you want to really step in and open up your launch angles as the pattern starts to dry out, a sidestep to the Zenith Pearl is going to be a great complement to get you through the fronts much cleaner, but make a much more decisive move off of the friction. And of course, if you're seeing too much bounce or too much overhook from your Zenith Pearl, a step down to the melee jab blood red is going to keep you in the same part of the lane but blend out the motion on the back of the lane a little better without sacrificing too much back end motion overall. And if all of these balls hook too much, a step down to the Igniter or the Rhino line can round out your block. I think the Zenith Pearl is just what the doctor ordered in terms of what this lineup was missing, and it's available in pro shops worldwide beginning March 4th. If you found this video helpful, make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube and Facebook channels, Bowling Buckosh. And if you didn't find this video helpful, I have no idea how you made it this far. Feel free to drop a comment below, I'm happy to respond, and of course, check back often to my social media pages. I'm making new videos as new releases from the brands of Brunswick come out. So until next time, thanks for watching.